Hey guys, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and I'm back, and today I'm playing SGS Halls of Montezuma, and this game looks at the Mexican-American War of 1846 to 1848. It's a really interesting take on a period of history that I didn't know a huge amount about. I'm pretty good on my British history and history in general, but these wars that took place on the American continent I'm not so good at. So I'm having a great time playing this game. I'm learning loads. The artwork is beautiful and I'm really impressed with it so far. And what we like to do on this channel is show off niche war games. So this game is brought to us by Strategy Games Studio, and I believe the main developer used to work with Ageode, who did English Civil War and Civil War II, and some of the best war games of recent history. Now those engines, I always found them very slow to run, and the Unity engine here has really improved the usability of the wargame experience, so I'm super impressed with that. It's published by Avalon Digital, and it has mostly positive rating on Steam. I'll go over some of the complaints and some of the things that I've read, but overall I'm really happy to recommend this game and I'd like to show it off today. So let's do that. Now, before we start, the game is basically a series of games which I wasn't aware of, and they have many cool ones. I really would like to check out SGS Korean War, and also their newest game, SGS Taipings, which is set in a Chinese war that I'd never even heard of, and I'd love to learn about it. So developer, you know where we are, I'd love to show off your game. Anyway, let's jump in, and we're going to play the 1846 to 48 American campaign, but we're going to do the opening moves just to show it off for YouTube. So this is a shorter campaign over 10 turns. There are 4 scenarios that come with the game. The first one over 44 turns being the main campaign. I'm going to play as the US because the morale is better and I think I know what to do as the US, whereas Mexico is definitely a much harder challenge. Let's jump in. Play by email as well. Always good for us old school wargamers. Okay, so here we go. The Declaration of War, May 13th, 1846. I don't think America does many declarations of war anymore, right? They just fight kind of side conflicts, but hey, we won't go there. Alright, so we have a set of limited objectives because the Congress was basically split at this time and there was the Whig party that did not want to invade, and that will cause tension to rise as you do that. So you have to be very careful as the US how far you progress and how quickly. Okay, so the first phase of the game, you draw cards, and these cards can be used during the battles and during the different phases that you go through, and this adds a nice random element to the game. Alright, so that phase is done. And now the reinforcement phase. So you can see I can add either this obstacle or I can put on the map a trench with a supplied location. So we're not going to do that. We're going to reinforce this city here, Fort Brown actually, outside of Brownsville. We're going to stick that in there because I know that the Mexicans are going to attack this at some point. I'm going to leave this one for the time being, and we will select Fort Brown, and our reinforcements go into the city. Perfect. Okay, the naval movement phase. Obviously, as the US, we are slightly dominant. I have some sailors on that ship, I believe, who can land off and support the invasion. And we're going to move this fleet here. As you can see, the movement is lovely and smooth, very different to the old Ageode games. I can zoom in and out. It's running a solid 75 frames on this monitor. I have another monitor, it runs at over 200, so it's great. It runs beautifully, and I really think that's part of the appeal for me. The map's pretty cool. I think it's quite detailed. I like the board game style. You can zoom right out, and there you go. Right, let's get on with this. Alright, naval movement is complete. I do have a transport steam runner here, but I'm going to leave it where it is for this campaign. And we're going to move on to the land movement phase. Okay, so Zachary Taylor, who later became the 12th President of the United States, which I didn't know and have learnt from this game, is leading and commanding my forces. And we have quite a good stack here, with good morale and some decent troops. And my plan is to break the Mexicans here at Fort Brown. So instead of engage them in the field or allow them to take Fort Brown, I'm going to break the Mexicans with some centralized power at Fort Brown. Right, to do that, we need to move. Okay, in this phase of the land movement, I can use the reconnaissance card to look at what the Mexicans are doing. And of course, this looks like a dangerous stack. I want to check this one out. So there we go. This looks like the main Mexican force. As you can see, some beautiful unit cards with great models on them. Really, really cool. Definitely reflects my childhood, looking through military uniform books and looking at how they progressed through the different ages. Cool. I love it. Okay, we do have sailors. I thought that we did. I'm going to move them into the fort. And we're also going to move Zachary Taylor south as well. I think this is the wise thing to do, is to try and break the Mexicans at Fort Brown. Rather than engage them in the field, we're going to break them here because they're going to attack. Now, you will notice I can't move here yet. I have to move out of the city. Then I'm going to move very carefully down the road and into Fort Brown. And that is the limit of my movement points. But it is the best opening move, I believe. I saw someone else play this. They split their forces. It wasn't wise. Right. Cool. I also have these Texas Rangers, who look absolutely great once again. Look at that awesome unit card. And we are going to move those to take, I think we could move them to take this city, because that will lower my tension, which is at 1. Or I can move them south to reinforce Zachary Taylor. But I think I'm going to take the roads here. And I'm going to take, not San Angelo, but we're going to take Santa Cruz de Maya. Okay, and that lowered my tension, which is very, very good for me. So they're doing a great job of harassing the enemy and taking what they need. Right, let's end that phase. And it's essentially the end of my turn. Let's see what the Mexicans do here. Now, the AI will play through their turn. There's a small delay where you can change the length of that delay, but it does give you a chance to see exactly what they're doing. Okay, Arista is cautious. So basically this is a historical event and you can learn about these, but they were obviously a little cautious and kept a lot of their army in Mexico City. All right, they're going to check me out, so I wonder how that will affect their tactics. And they've moved in. So they've moved in to attack me at Fort Brown, and we're in a battle. They're going to play some cards now, which could affect the outcome of the battle. And we're going to play some cards too. Resistance looks good, and defensive artillery will give me the ability for 2 random hits before the start of the battle. But I'm going to go for resistance because it's going to be more powerful, I think, overall. My morale is 9, theirs is 3. That's going to play a major part in this battle. Yeah, let's do defensive artillery and try and break them here. Artillery support, they've gone for as well. Okay, let's do this first phase. Okay, we got some good hits there. That is awesome. And now there's a recon phase. My cavalry did better, which is great. We've lowered the Mexican morale significantly already. So in the main phase, we should rout them. I don't understand all of these mechanics yet, but I am learning as I go. There we go. We took some nasty hits there, actually, but the Mexicans were routed overall. Their morale broke to -1, and we took the field. So this is the pursuit phase. Hopefully we can do some extra damage, and we got another hit there. Awesome. So we took a solid victory, and you can see here, 14 hits, 2 panics. Although we did take some eliminations ourselves, which isn't good. Awesome, that's a supply depot. Obviously supply plays a big part in these sort of games. You can change the map here and you can make sure that you are in supply. Now I'm playing the main campaign and you have to be careful not to overextend, which is also important to manage. But it's all beautifully modeled here and presented with the UI. Alright, cool. So card draw, we're happy with that. Reinforcements. Will I put down a supply depot? Possibly, but I'll probably save it for when I move towards Monterray so they can't break off my supply line. Okay, I don't think I need to put any defensive trenches down at the moment, so we'll skip that phase. Let's keep our ships there. There are no blockade runners moving around, which is great. So we'll keep the ships at that point with the blockade. Also, I think what I forgot to look at, which I normally do, is on the edges here, you can play and move units onto the map. And what I can actually do here is we already have a blockade of San Francisco, so I'll probably leave that. But it's an interesting element which abstracts different parts of the map into the game. Alright, let's skip this naval movement. Now, land movement. We seem like we're in pretty good shape. We took a few hits, and you can see here on our sailors that these two blocks here, we've lost half our strength. But overall, our troops are in pretty good shape after that battle. So I'm going to pursue. I think that's probably the best option. And we will get into another battle. Okay, there we go. So that's one of the bugs I noticed. Sometimes the units don't move, and you have to get in closer to make them move. Also, there has been times when I couldn't continue and had to reload my save. That seems to be a recurrent bug as well. But look, nothing game-breaking so far. I think that's the right move. What will we do with my Texas Rangers? We could go after El Paso. It's going to reduce war tension even more. I think that's probably a good idea. Or I could see what's happening here as they have a Mexican excursion into the north, but I'd be worried that my Rangers up to the job, because I don't know what this unit is, but we could try it, right? Let's engage. Let's move back and we'll see if we can win that skirmish with the enemy. Alright, cool. The first battle, okay. Mexican cavalry looks a lot stronger, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Yeah, we took a hit. They took a hit. We could retreat. That could be the better option here. I think I might do that actually because... Oh, I missed it. As you wait, the turn continues on and we're doing quite well, so let's go for it. Okay, awesome. That was kind of lucky, I think. But hey, we'll take it. We got the pursuit round. Another victory for the United States, although slightly fortunate one. Now, this is the important battle. We are chasing the main Mexican force, and their morale is back up. We'll go for minor offensive. And we'll go for the fight, okay? They are also playing good ground, which looks like a solid card for them to play. Artillery phase here. Oh, they took some nasty hits. Now, the main phase, this is important. Ooh, hits all round there, but they lost a unit. Oh, it's getting very nasty for them. It really is. This is looking bad. They should retreat after this. Oh, yeah, they took a huge amount of hits and their morale was absolutely smashed. So, I've been very fortunate here, I have to say. The battles have gone my way. Zachary Taylor commanding exceptionally well. I mean, that is an insane battle. 28 hits and 3 panics. We only suffered 3 hits. That is... I've played this a few times and that is unusual. Right, okay, the replacement phase is where I can reinforce my units. And I think here we will reinforce the main bulk. As you can see, their strength goes up. And we will end the turn and see what Mexico has. We are going to advance towards Monterray, but I also want to ensure my supply lines are kept intact. There's always this great summary at the end of the battle as well, which I appreciate. Okay, blockade runner will give them 2 replacements if they can get through. Oh, I forgot it wasn't my turn. Okay, so weather will greatly affect the game as well, and all units lose 1 movement point over the theatre. Okay, you can see what the AI is doing here. It's actually turned the supply on, which is fun. Okay, our units are coming under attack here, or is that maybe... Not quite sure what this element is, so if anybody knows, let me know. We got hits though, so... I can examine my opponent's card deck if I want to. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, they have victory in battle. Coastal battery. Strong defenses and blockade runner. Okay, that's useful for them. Okay, I can still put down this supply depot. No, I'm not going to bother. That's our weather forecast. Now, with Taylor, do I move forward or am I overextending? As you can see, I think we may overextend here. So we may... Yeah, we may leave him where he is. But anyway, naval movement first. Oh, hello. Let's attack that enemy there, and we'll keep the blockade here. Okay, our first naval battle. Oh, it's a poor blockade runner up against steam frigates. Okay, this should be fun. And they retreated. Okay, they probably made the right choice there. We didn't sink them. Land movement. I am going to move Zachary Taylor here, and we're going to wait for some reinforcements to join because I just don't think that he is ready yet. Texas Rangers are going to move from that position and move along the road here. And I think we'll get them to go after El Paso. This was never going to be a win for them. All right, cool. Let's move on. Now, replacements. This is what I need. I need to build up Zachary Taylor's forces for the final assault on Monterray, which will end the scenario. Okay, Mexico, what have you got? Okay, this is the phase I don't quite get yet, so I think it's some sort of artillery strike, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, they played blockade runner. Oh, they have a naval ship up here. I think I can definitely attack that. Okay, this is all happening at Fort Brown, so fair enough. I think something is happening. Okay, cool. That's a nice, useful card. If I get caught in a conflict that I'm not going to win, I can retreat. Awesome, here we go. So more historical context. We have Kearney's expedition. It's going to give me an army that I can bring onto the field. I don't start outside of the map. Oh, here comes Patterson. Awesome. We will... I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to stick Patterson at Corpus Christi. We're going to engage that runner with my main naval force here. It's going to go badly for them, I hope. Alright, cool. We're looking good. Okay, I actually destroyed the ship this time, so the game actually ran into a bug there where I couldn't continue, so I had to reload it. So that is one thing to note, and I've spoken to the developer on the Steam farm about it. He's hopefully going to give me an idea of what happened, but it just stopped, so I had to reload, but look, not too much of a problem. It just replayed the last battle. But something to note, definitely. Okay, here we go. Will Patterson head north and then down through Laredo? I think that might be a good idea. He's a smaller force anyway. So we'll move along the roads. And then here, I think. Okay, only he can move there. I think we ran out of... Oh, oops, we moved him. Get back in there. Okay, so he had more movement points left and my units didn't. But look, he's in San Antonio. We'll head him down south through Laredo and conquer those territories. I think for the time being, I'm going to keep Zachary Taylor shored up in Reynosa. As Tom knows, I'm a very defensively minded person, so I tend not to overextend my lines. El Paso is going to come under attack here, but he can enter the battle at El Paso. So we'll get him to link there, and the Texas Rangers will join his force. Alright, I think that's all we've got for the time being. We're going to build up our reinforcements and then advance from the north and the east with Zachary Taylor. Alright, cool. Alright, the battle at El Paso. I don't want to assault the fortress. We're going to play the siege here. Cool, we rolled under a 6. We took over El Paso. That's great for us. Reduced my anti-war sentiment. Alright, replacements. We're going to keep fixing up Taylor's army. And then it's the end of the turn. What have Mexico got? They need an answer. Okay, they're sticking a supply depot down. Fair enough. Good ground. Okay, defender gains 1 morale at the start of the battle. If we get attacked, that's going to come in useful. Although I think we're mainly going to be on the attack here. Fremont in California. I think that's going to give us another unit to play with. I'm going to leave the card playing for the time being. And indeed, we have another force in Northern California. Let's have a look at our naval movement. I see no Mexican ships, so let's get back to this blockade. Good stuff. Now, land movement. We're going to come down south here. We've taken out Laredo. Now, that did increase our war tension. So that's fair enough. 1 more movement for everybody. Let's move into this hex here. Now, I think I'm going to advance through with Taylor. We can take out, well, we're going to engage the Mexican force, so let's do it. Another battle outside of Monterray. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can take the victory. I don't want to move into Paso because that's going to increase my war sentiment even more. We will probably move Kearney into position down here and also approach from Northern California into Central California. Now, will that increase my... No, it will reduce my... So you can see here, reduce my war tension. And that's probably a good idea. Great. Things are going reasonably well if we win this battle. We'll see. Let's do this one. Let's do the main battle first. Mexican morale's looking good. No, I don't want to retreat. Okay, there were no cards played by Mexico, so that's pretty good. Okay, we got some hits early on. Wonderful. The main battle's all going our way again. Okay, a couple of hits and some of their units reduced. Oh, hits across the board. How much more of this can they take? Victory United States, awesome. We advance towards Monterray. No, we're not going to assault, we're just going to roll for the fortress. Pretty difficult this one actually, it's under 4. Oh, we got it. Okay, awesome. As you can see, everything is going my way here, and this doesn't always happen, by the way. Okay, let's get the infantry reinforced. Alright, what is Mexico going to do? We're very close to winning this one. Okay, they've moved in a unit there, but nothing really going to stop me. Okay, a nice little news piece about why there is no war with Great Britain. Great Britain, perhaps you should have took advantage of this at the time, but I think you may have been busy doing your own thing. Awesome. Dust storms I can use. It's pretty cool. Okay, all units suffer a -1 combat penalty, so it's if it's a battle you want to kind of just get away from, I guess. Alright, so the Mexicans see here, they've cut off my supply line. That's not good. We'll leave those cards for the time being. Yep, so we've one unsupplied unit and it died. That's not good. We lost a unit because of lack of supply. So Mexico cut us off there. Cut us off completely. So good tactic by them. It's our first real setback of the war, really. Let's just check if there's any blockade runners to intercept. No. Okay, cool. Right, so you are going to move to secure the supply lines. You are going to sit... Now, you could move into Monterray. I think we do, right? Let's do it. Let's take them down. And then let's bring reinforcements. If I take that city, will I... No, I'll do nothing, so that's fine. Let's advance from the north then. Okay, sometimes they won't move. I don't know why. There we go. Okay, that's as far as we could go. But look, we're approaching from all angles here. We have to win this battle in Monterray, and then we can secure the supply lines here. Let's play this one first. Should be an easy enough win for us. Okay, they ran away. Now, this is the big one, right? This is going to be tough. No, we don't want to retreat. We want to win. This could win us the game if this goes well. Ooh, nice hit. Now, this is what we really need. Some big hits here. Oh, we got absolutely smashed. But their morale is low. Oh, there we go. They routed. It's definitely a challenge if you're playing as Mexico this game. Oh, we got another hit before they ran away, which is great. Patterson, they played retreat and we routed the main Mexican force. Now, we have to take Monterray to win. So, let's roll lower than 4. Hey, we got it. Okay, awesome. Successful siege, and we can replace some of our main units. Replace our cavalry, or maybe infantry. Ooh, we don't want to do that then. Let's replace those guys. Now, if I secure the supply lines, I win. So Mexico really need to stop that. The supply of Monterray here. They still have it somewhat, so... Okay, we don't need that. Okay, they still have the control of the supply. So, Zachary Taylor is cut off here, which is not good. The Mormon Battalion, very interesting part of history. I'm glad we got this far into the game. I think last time I won it in 5 turns, so I've been a little bit more careful here. Alright, let's skip that. I don't think we need it. Once again, our forces in Monterray face starvation. That's very poor management by me. Alright, cool. We don't need to move the navy. What we need to do is capture and secure our lines. Okay. One American land stat receives +2 movement bonus. Right, let's do that because we'll give it to Carney because I want to bring him in. Alright, you're going to capture that to secure the lines and you're going to move here. Now, we should have unbroken line of supply, although Mexico has been moving around this area. But I believe we should have an unbroken line of supply now. We've slowly lost a few units through Zachary Taylor's force through starvation, which isn't great. How is Mexico going to respond here? There you go, we won. So the American army enters Monterray, fulfilling Polk's first objective. And look, this really is just the, 12 victory points to 9, American victory. This really is just a very small scenario that breaks you into the game. The huge campaign over 44 turns is obviously a lot more intense and, really, really fun game. I'm about 10 turns into that campaign. A lot more stuff happens. So much you can do in this game. So fun. So smooth. It works beautifully. And I really would like to play more of the series. Yeah, look, we won the scenario. Very, very happy with that victory. We didn't split our forces. I saw another YouTuber play this game and he split his forces and he couldn't take Monterray. But I feel like I broke the Mexican army on the back of Zachary Taylor. I messed up with the supply a little bit, so it wasn't perfect. But then we secured those lines. And that really does, lend me towards the advance towards Mexico City to win the main game. While being very conscious of this tension index and not increasing it too fast. That's SGS Montezuma, a really great war game. If you like this sort of content, make sure to comment. Have you played anything in the series below? What would you recommend to me next? And make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new here. Anyway guys, this has been really, really fun. I'm Luke from LT Gaming. As always, I'll catch you on the next one.